And I also changed the settings, so not everybody can join. I think with the link. So only if I have give permission they can join. I think it should work, but I don't know. So let me show you the setting here. I'm not very familiar with Teams, but let's see. Meeting options. So here it says who can bypass the lobby. So I said lobby means what? Let's see. These are people joining without an account, people from an untrusted or people dialing in may wait in the lobby until someone from you. Okay, so that is who can present. They can't show any video or anything.
Allow camera, you can disable.
Allow camera.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
mic is okay. Allow reactions. Okay, so that's good now. Something went wrong.
Even remove that one, Prabhuji, allow reactions.
No, reaction is like okay. That's
Mm.
very something went wrong.
Uh,
Why? What is
but
stopping?
yeah,
I don't know what went wrong.
Maybe because call is ongoing. I don't know. Just guessing.
Only people were invited.
And the name was like the first name was some initiated name or something, it seemed.
It was like yeah, I don't know, Russian or something like that.
Yeah, his last name was like that. First, I think
Hmm. Yeah, there was some video playing. I don't know what that was, and
that was weird.
um, good, good. We saw that.
Okay, so we were reading about how they want to create disturbance. So this is a practical
we
example.
so we actually had a person create disturbance.
Practical, yeah, practical example.
Practical example.
Yeah, and because we have not spread Krishna consciousness sufficiently, so people have not changed. So we have to do more preaching, more distribution of books. Then because everybody is devotee of Krishna, right? Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhya Kabunoy. So Shravana Adi Shuddha Chit. So we have not told them about Krishna consciousness. So, okay, Jagai and Madhai, everybody changed, right? So okay, so next verse. And then we'll have everybody else. So Bhutani Taister Nijayoni Karmabhir Bhavanti Kale na Bhavanti Sarvashaha न तत्र हात्मा प्रकृतावपि स्थितस् तस्या गुणैरन्या अन्यतमो हि पद्यते. Every conditioned soul receives a different type of body according to his work. And when the engagement is finished, the body is finished. Although the spirit soul is situated in subtle and gross material bodies in different forms of life, he is not bound by them.
I think we were on 17 words.
Okay, I think maybe it got. Okay, let's see. That's what I was thinking. Suddenly the tone changed. Okay, 17. Thank you. After performing the ritualistic observance for the death of his brother, Hiranyakashipu, being extremely unhappy, tried to pacify his nephews. So Hiranyakashipu is trying to pacify Hiranyaksha sons. O King Hiranyakashipu, O King, Hiranyakashipu was extremely angry, but since he was a great politician, he knew how to act according to the time and situation. With sweet words, he began pacifying his nephews, whose names were Shakuni, Shambar, Drishti, Bhuta Santapan, Vrika, Kalanab, Mahanab, Harish Mashru, and Utkach. So that Utkach, who did Utkach become in the next life? Was it Shakatasur?
Yeah, correct.
So he was the son of Hiranyaksha. All these are sons of Hiranyaksha. He consoled their mother. So that mother is Hiranyaksha's wife. His sister-in-law, Rushabhanu, as well as her own mother Diti. So Diti is also. He spoke to them all as follows. Shri Hiranyakashipu Vacha. So now Prabhupada will say, why? It is said Shri, because he's not Shri. I think in some purport Prabhupada says Shri Hiranyakashipu Vacha.
Mm-hmm. They say because from him, Prahlad Maharaj, the great devotee, came. So he's glorious. That's what I heard.
Yeah, correct. He says that in the purport. Yes, because Shri Hiranyakashipu Vacha Ambambam Ambamba He Vadhu Putra Viram Marhata Shochitum Ripurabhimukhe Slagyah Suranam Vada Ipshitaha. Hiranyakashipu said, my dear mother, sister-in-law, and nephews, you should not lament for the death of the great hero. Because my brother was a great hero. So don't lament for his death. For a hero's death in front of his enemy is glorious and desirable. So Krishna also says something like that. That Arjuna, if you die on the battlefield, it will be glorious for Kshatriyas to die on the battlefield. Of course, he is upholding dharma, so that's more glorious. If you die on the battlefield, because that will give you a very good destination. Bhutanamiha sanvasaha prapayam iva surate devena katra nitanam unnitanam swakarmabhi. My dear mother, in a restaurant or place for drinking cold water, many travelers are brought together. This is Bhagavad Gita philosophy. He's saying many people come in a restaurant or where cold water, some drinking place is there. Many travelers are brought together, and after drinking water, they continue to their respective destinations. Similarly, living entities join together in a family, and later, as a result of their own actions, they are led apart to their destinations. So, this, in which other pastime this kind of message or theme was presented? We are living in Bhagavatam, we just read. Which other pastime? This kind of.
When he wakes up from dead, he is explaining.
Chitraketu Maharaj, yeah. Chitraketu Maharaj pastime also. So this thing comes up even in Srivas Thakur, right? His son died. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought his son back to life. And then he started speaking all these things. So this kind of thing comes on and off because this is the actual reality, right? We come together in a family for a certain time by our own karma, and as our karma is finished in that body, then we have to go to another body. So, and then we come in contact with some other people there in that family. So it's constantly going on like that. In so many families we have been. That's why when a person becomes a devotee, all the previous families the soul has been also get benefited. So not only, sometimes we say the generations means not only our forefathers in this, like my father's father, like that. but also the families in which I have been before this birth, they may have helped me in my spiritual progress. So they also get benefited because the soul's spiritual journey, spiritual evolution continues through many, many births, right? Many, many lifetimes. So because they may have contributed to my spiritual progress, so they also get benefited. That comes in which pastime? That 21
Nrsimhadev. Nrsimhadev gives the bone. Like 21 generations are liberated. To Prahlad Maharaj, he says, when he says, forgive my father, they are already forgiven and everybody will get benefit 21 generations because you have appeared in the family.
So we can do the greatest, we can give the greatest benefit to our family by becoming a devotee. We want to benefit our parents. We want to
Pure
benefit,
devotee.
yeah,
Becoming a
devotee, and
pure
then
devotee.
yeah, so devotee and then pure devotee, or directly become a pure devotee. Either way, like you can surrender in a moment, right? Prabhupada says you can become a pure devotee in a moment if you want. So, but generally, it takes much penance before one surrenders to the Lord. Uh, in one purport, right? Prabhupada writes like that. It takes some penance before one surrenders. Bahunam janmanam ante. But it doesn't have to be like that. An intelligent person, as Dravida Prabhu was saying, Prabhupada was he saying in a class. Anyway, I have to surrender to the Lord. I have to, some lifetime I have to because I'm in the cycle of birth and death. How long will I continue like this in this illusory existence, right? In this bodily conception of life. So someday I have to do it. So why wait? Do it now, right? Because the more you wait, the more your suffering will go on in this material existence. And the more you'll be bereft of the true happiness that comes from serving the Lord. So Shubhasya, Shubhasya.
Subhasya Shigram. Shigram. Also to Bhakti Charu Maharaj, Prabhupada says, just give this one life to Krishna. For many, many lifetimes you have been trying to enjoy. You can see that you're not satisfied. Just offer this one life to Krishna and see what happens. Even if nothing happens, what is a loss? After all, this is one life out of so many.
Yeah. So very quickly, one should endeavor. Turnam. Labdva sudurlabham idam bahusambhavante manusyamarthadam manityam api hadira. Then Turnam.
पूर्णं यतेत नापतेत अनुमृत्यु यावन् निःसरस्य विषया खलु सर्वदा स्यात्.
Turnam means very quickly because we don't know when our end will come. So our human life is temporary. So very quickly one should endeavor. So means fix your mind on Krishna very quickly. That's the perfection of life. Ante Narayana Smriti. So fix your mind on Krishna. Because our mind is fixed on many things and like that, distracted. So it's not so easy. We can do all the activities physically, but to fix the mind on Krishna is the most difficult thing. Right? We can go to Mangalarti, we can rise early, we can chant, but while chanting, to be fixed the mind on Krishna is difficult. So, of course, we have to do first, we have to show up. As Vaisheshika Prabhu says, we have to show up for Mangalarti because if we are not even showing up, then where is the possibility of fixing the mind? So, first we have to chant, whether the mind is going here and there, whatever. First chant, and then also try to bring the mind. So, we have to show up. So, similarly, living entities join together in a family, and later, as a result of their own actions, they are led to apart to their destinations. Okay, everybody is scattered, like straws come together by force of waves, and then another wave comes and disperses all the straws. So, and one straw doesn't know where the other straw is. Similarly, when somebody dies in our family, We don't know really where they've gone, right? There's no connection. You cannot write a letter, you cannot call them. You may have their number on your cell phone, but and you may have their email. Like one of my friends who passed away studying with me, his LinkedIn account is still there. Facebook account, LinkedIn, all these things are there. He's gone. Even if I write to him, maybe unless somebody is managing his Facebook account, I mean, that person will never, yeah. So those things will stay. Everything will stay here, and we have to depart. So considering this, then uh, we should we should become very quickly accelerate our devotional service because time is very short. Like when we have to go somewhere and time is, I have to go to Cincinnati, let's say for a conference. It's 2 hours. At 6 o'clock, I have a conference, and it's already 4:30. It takes 2 hours to drive there, but I'm starting here at 4:30. I have only 1.5 hours, and it's a very important conference. I have to reach there. Then what do? You step on the gas, right? You accelerate. You may get a ticket, but I'm just saying, you accelerate. So when time is very short, then you accelerate your devotional service. So Prabhupada said, like the time and tide wait for no man. So one should accelerate. Accelerate our change of consciousness so that we can remember Krishna. And when love develops for Krishna, then automatically nobody has to tell us. But in our stage when we don't have that much love, then we have to force ourselves. Okay. Prakrite kriyamānāni gunai karmāni sarvashah ahankara vimūಢātmā kartāhamiti manyate. So we have to feel ourselves very humble and uh, engage in devotional service, seeking the mercy of the Lord. That's the right consciousness, right? Trinadapi sunichena. Like this verse is saying, one becomes very proud because he thinks, I am doing it and I am the one, you know. The spirit soul, bewildered by the influence of false ego, thinks himself the doer of activities that are in actuality carried out by the three modes of material nature. Of course, we are responsible. Otherwise, who is responsible for karma? We are responsible, not Krishna. All living entities act exactly according to the directions of Prakriti, material nature, because in material world we are fully under a higher control. Everybody is controlled. All the living entities in this material world have come here only because they wanted to be equal to Krishna in enjoyment and have thus been sent here to be conditioned by material nature in different degrees. In the material world, a so-called family is a combination of several persons in one home to fulfill the terms of their imprisonment. So we are all like in jail. Sometimes some prisoners are together, right, in one cell, and in another cell there are other set of prisoners. They are together. Like if you see the jail, right, every jail is like a room, and 5 prisoners may be there in another prison. So you may be together in the prison. So like that in a family, we are all in the prison for some time together. And everybody has their different terms of imprisonment. Means somebody will die sooner, somebody will die later. Somebody has done a little bit more severe crime, so they'll be in there for a little bit longer. Somebody has done some smaller crime, so he'll be released soon. So like that, everybody is in our family, like we have our brothers, sisters, mother, father, and everybody according to their karma have their term of imprisonment in the body. As criminal prisoners scatter as soon as their terms are over, and they are released. All of us who have temporarily assembled as family members will continue to our respective destinations. Somebody may go somewhere, somebody after release from the prison, somebody may go somewhere, somebody may go somewhere. Another example given is that family members are like straws carried together by the waves of a river. Sometimes such straws mix together in whirlpools and later dispersed again by the same waves. They float alone in water. Okay. So they are together, then they float alone. Although Hiranyakashipu was a demon, he had a Vedic knowledge and understanding. Thus, the advice given to his family members, his sister in law, mother, and nephews, was quite sound. Good advice. Prabhupada is saying the demons are considered highly elevated in knowledge. So we should take, if it's a good advice coming from a bad person, we should still take it. Like we say, what is the analogy? Good advice coming from
You
a, huh?
take gold from a filthy place.
Yeah, if gold is there in mud, you still take it, right? If there's a gold biscuit or gold bar, something, then it's in a muddy place, but you can take it. So we can take Hiranyakashipu's advice, even though he
What
is
are the
bad.
saying?
Yeah.
Vaishnav Mukhadgiram Putam Hari Kathamritam.
Hmm.
It's like snake touching the milk and turns into poison.
Hmm.
That was also there, that we should not hear from those who are not devotees.
Yeah, if they're giving their own philosophy, yeah, that's the.
So this means we need to know Shastra to understand whether this person's advice is a right advice or not.
Correct. That's what they say. If you want to buy gold, you ought to know the characteristics of gold, whether it's yellow in color, what is the. Yeah, then otherwise somebody say, okay, this iron is gold. Okay, so it's gold. So, yeah, you need to know Shastra. So, here his advice is very sound because it is exactly like Krishna's advice. The demons are considered highly elevated in knowledge, but because they do not use their good intelligence for the service of the Lord, they are called demons. So Ravan was also very scholarly, but they do not use their intelligence to serve the Lord. That's why they they go against the Lord. So the demigods, however, act very intelligently to satisfy the Supreme Personality of the world. So somebody has to convince that, right? Convince those who have knowledge but who are not acting. Then either they are not acting because there is some ulterior motive, or they are not acting because there is some weakness in their heart. They want to act, but because they are conditioned, so they are not able to act fully in compliance with the knowledge that they have. So, so two scenarios.
Or
Or
they're just hypocritic,
yeah,
kapati.
ulterior motive. That's what I'm saying. Ulterior motive. Either they have ulterior motive, or they want to act, but they cannot act because of their conditioning, and so they need help. So the second category can be because they want to be helped and they want to change. So that's easy to help. But if there is ulterior motive, then it's difficult because it's just like we say a person who is sleeping, you can wake up, but who's pretending to sleep, you cannot wake him up. So, like that. So, if you want to be pure in heart, if that is our desire, but we have anarthas in our heart. So those persons we can help, or I can be helped by others if I want to become pure in heart. But there are anarthas. So it's like, you are suffering from a disease, but you want to get cured. So you go to a doctor, and the doctor, but if you're suffering from a disease, you don't want to get cured, you don't even go to a doctor. Then you don't even take the medicine like that. So, but if I'm diseased, I want to get cured, I go to a doctor, I follow the prescription, and then slowly and gradually I'll be cured. So, main thing is our desire to be cured. That desire should be there. That yes, we all have made many mistakes in this life and previous lives, so many things, all kinds of sins we have done. But I want to get cured. So it may take time. The medicine may not if immediately work. It may work after 1 week or 2 weeks. But if I keep taking the medicine, it will work. And as long as my consciousness is there to improve, then things will happen. Okay, Krishna's mercy will come.
Prabhuji,
Yeah.
so in your this example, so the deceased person just need to know the doctor. He doesn't need to. Does he also need to know the medical science, how the medicine? I mean, because we said right, one need to know shastra. But if one just need to know the doctor, that is devotee, is that enough?
Yeah, if you surrender to the pure devotee, then you do everything. The doctor says, take this medicine. Doctor says, read my books. The Prabhupada is a doctor, right? We had that prescription, right? With that, if you have that, it show that we are the patient and Prabhupada is the doctor. So he's giving us directions. Okay, read my books. You chant Hare Krishna. You do this like this. So then you'll get cured, right? So we go to
Yeah, but
doctor.
who's a good doctor? We need to go to a good doctor. To understand who's a good doctor, we should also know scriptures. Like, who is a Pramanic Guru? Who knows scriptures, we say.
Yeah.
Unless we know scriptures, how can we evaluate if this person is speaking according to scriptures or not? Because if we go to the wrong doctor, he will not treat us properly, give us wrong medicine.
Quacks, they're
But
called
if the
quacks.
guru is in a disciplic succession and he's not boasting to be self-learned and he's not following anything and he doesn't pray to any guru, he thinks his knowledge is his own, then that is a pseudo guru. But if he's in the line of disciplic succession, we know there is a teacher for him and there's a teacher for him, and that succession goes on. Even if we don't know shastras, I think we can still believe them because there is, like how Krishna says, if it's coming in the disciplic succession, you have to follow guru. Because not everybody can know the shastra. I mean, eventually you have to make some endeavor to understand the shastra, but that starts with having a faith that whatever this person is preaching is according to shastra.
One way is also to read the verses, right? I mean, Bhagavad Gita, all the verses. So I had that issue when there are so many Bhagavad Gitas are there. Which Bhagavad Gita is bona fide, right? So that's the thing. Like Prabhupada says, this is the Bhagavad Gita. Others are saying this is the Bhagavad Gita. Then you see, we are from India, so we know some verses, like we know some the words, right? And we look at the words. The verses are same in all the Bhagavad Gitas. So if we say, okay, what is Krishna, and we accept, we have to accept some authority, right? Otherwise, our mind is our authority. They say. So we accept, yes, Bhagavad Gita is the authority, right? So then Bhagavad Gita, then what Krishna is saying, the verses are same in every, whichever, whether you take Chinmayananda's Bhagavad Gita or Ram Krishna's Bhagavad Gita or Radha Krishnan's, so everybody, the verses are same. So then you look at the verse and see if the translation, what they are saying, is in matching with what Krishna is saying and what the interpretation they have given. So to that extent, yeah, we should know the words of Krishna, what he's saying is. Otherwise, so many organizations, they are also preaching Bhagavad Gita, but there is not connection with the, and sometimes people will say, oh, we can interpret it in many ways, but Krishna didn't leave it for us, all the interpretation that we have to do on our own. If you directly see, Krishna says, okay, become my devotee, always think of me, become my devotee. Man mana bhava mad bhakto, madhyaji, worship me. Mam namaskuru, bow down to me. This way you will come back to me. So that's the thing, right? That to that extent we should know. So when I read Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, I read, sometimes Prabhupada translates, right, something as devotional service. But why is doing like that? Even if there is no devotional, I asked Dravida Prabhu, but because Prabhupada, ultimately the goal of Bhagavad Gita is to make you a devotee of Krishna.
Yeah. Prabhupada says if somebody opens even one page of Bhagavad Gita, whether it's in the Karma Yoga section, Gyan Yoga, he will know the highest. How to go back home, back to Godhead, become a pure devotee, do service to Krishna.
Yeah.
Even if they open one page of Bhagavad Gita and read what's in it. they'll get the conclusion.
Yeah, and ultimately all the verses are for this effect, to make us a devotee of Krishna. So there are other paths like, Ashtanga yoga, but ultimately the Ashtanga yoga also culminates in samadhi. So it is all ultimately to become a devotee of Krishna. So Prabhupada, like knowing the essence of Bhagavad Gita, he presented it in a very devotional way. So because that is the essence of Bhagavad Gita, to become a devotee of Krishna. So yeah, but there
But
are
the,
other. Go ahead.
but the bigger problem is that most of them are not even aware that they have disease.
Hmm.
So if they are not aware, how would they go to a doctor?
Yeah, that's why the doctor has to go to them and tell them that you are diseased. So the devotees go door to door and preach. The devotees, they are not asking that you come and, you know, we need you. Prabhupada also, nobody told him that you come here in America. They didn't give an invitation, but Prabhupada came. So that is the devotee's business. Even people don't know, they go, like Nityan Prabhu and Haridas Thakur were going door to door. So to make them aware that, okay, you have a problem. You don't know you have a problem because you are in illusion. You don't know what is the goal of life, who you are, what is the purpose of life. But here is the information.
It's just
So,
like the awareness that we have for cancer and all the other awarenesses. So people are educated and then they can make their decision based on it. That's what I guess devotees do,
yeah,
is to try and bring awareness,
yes. So,
and then it's up to the person.
yeah, like COVID was there, and people don't know this COVID is spreading, right? So before only they are saying, okay, there is a pandemic. So you have to wear a mask, you have to do this, that. Otherwise, if we don't know and we just go somewhere, then we may
And
get COVID. So,
ever, didn't take care even
sorry,
after. No, I
can you
said
repeat?
so, not take care even after all of the um, information
Advice.
about COVID, take vaccines or whatever. Yeah, take care of the family.
Yeah. So, yeah, so that is the, if you feel this is the right thing, then you want to share it with others, right? Prabhupada says non-violence means you don't share something. Non-violence means not to, what he says, violence means to not tell others about Krishna. That's violence because you are allowing them to suffer. Violence, you generally say we go and beat somebody up, right? That's violence. Of course, that is violence. But if you have something like I have a vaccine and I'm not sharing the vaccine and allow others to suffer, so that is, if I have a formula for making vaccine, right, then I'm not revealing that. So then others are suffering, but I'm doing nothing. So indirectly, I'm doing violence because I could make them free from suffering by giving the vaccine, but I'm not. I'm withholding, so I'm practicing violence. That's an interesting definition of violence that Prabhupada gives in the 13th chapter, right? So if we have something and we are not sharing with the general population, right? So, so that should give us more incentive to go out and give this knowledge, speak about this knowledge, and give the books to others like that.
But in this, I have a question that what if someone wants to share, but the person who is there who is not ready to receive? Then
Yeah. So, but at least you did your duty. That you went and shared. If they have their free will, they want to take it, then give them some prasadam. If they are okay to take some prasad, or make them chant Hare Krishna mantra, or you chant Hare Krishna to them, like that is Harinam, right? We are chanting. Nobody wants to hear the holy name, or they are not waiting. But when you chant the holy name, they are getting benefit. They are hearing the holy name. So you should go out on Harinam, do public Sankirtan. I'm telling this to myself also. We should go out and chant loudly for the benefit of everybody. So, okay, so we'll finish this. It went to 8:25. Okay. The demigods, however, act very intelligently to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam as follows. Atha pumbir dvija shreshta varnashrama vibhagasha swanustitasya dharmasya sansiddhir haritoshanam. O best among the twice born, it is therefore concluded that the highest perfection one can achieve by discharging prescribed duties, dharma, according to caste divisions and orders of life, is to please Lord Hari. So, as a grihastha, as a married person, as a celibate person, as a retired person, or as a renounced person, my duty is to please Lord Hari. To become a demigod or to become godly, whatever one's occupation, one must satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because we are part of Krishna, so that's why. And Krishna is a person. God is not impersonal. So God has his desires. So somebody acts according to our desires, then we are satisfied, right? So in the same way, when we act according to God's desires, God is satisfied. And because He is the whole, the part also becomes satisfied. Right now we are dissatisfied because our desires, and of course not you all, but I'm saying in general, our desires and God's desires are not in alignment. I have my own desires, and God's desires and my desires are not in alignment. That's why I am not satisfied. Neither is God satisfied with us, right? Because He wants us back home, back to Godhead. But we are struggling here in this material world. Okay. So, anybody has any comments? Now we'll read Srimad Bhagavatam. So where we are? We have to read Brahma's prayers today.
Yes.
Okay. So 10th canto, 14th chapter.
I think we started those.
Yeah. I put the thing in the chat, I think, previously, the verse we read up till. If I can find it.
I can find it. You can open.
Yeah.
10, 14, 11.
Okay. 10, 14. Okay, we are just advanced. So we have the verse. Some verses are there which are nice. We can, all verses are nice, but some we have memorized. Okay, so then 11 to 15 we'll read, yeah.
What am I? A small creature, measuring 7 spans of my own hand. I am enclosed in a pot-like universe, composed of material nature. The total material energy, false ego, ether, air, water, and earth. And what is your glory? Unlimited universes pass through the pores of your body, just as particles of dust pass through the openings of a screened window. So he's saying, I'm very insignificant, such a small person and made of these material elements, and you are unlimited and your body is transcendental. And so that's what we should think, that I'm very insignificant. So we don't become proud of our abilities. And so that we know that our problems are also insignificant. So one time Tamal Krishna Maharaj was saying, Prabhupada, I have a big problem. And Prabhupada explained him, you are one person in this place. How many universes are there? You are in one universe, in that one planet, one country, one state. And so how tiny you are. So your problems are also very tiny, insignificant. O Lord Adhokshaja, does a mother take offense when the child within her womb kicks with his legs? And is there anything in existence, whether designated by various philosophers as real or as unreal? that is actually outside your abdomen. So Brahma is telling Krishna that when a child is in the womb of the mother, the child kicks, and actually the mother feels pleasure. Oh, my child is kicking me. She doesn't take it as an offense. So when we make mistakes, it's Krishna doesn't take it as an offense. Krishna should not take it as an offense, as he's saying, Brahma is saying, I'm your child, I'm in your abdomen. Everything in this universe is inside your abdomen. So you can forgive me for my offense. Okay, next. My dear Lord, it is said that when the three planetary systems are merged into the water at the time of dissolution, your planetary portion, Narayan, lies down on the water. Gradually, a lotus flower grows from his navel, and Brahma takes birth upon that lotus flower. Certainly, these words are not false. Thus, I am not born from you. Thus, am I not born from you? So he's talking about his own. We know that this is Lord glances, Mahavishnu glances at the universe, right? There is Garbhodaksha Vishnu in each universe, from whose navel the lotus flower grows on which Brahma is born. So Brahma is called Swayambhu, right?
Yes.
Because he's been born from his father only. There's no mother. So he's saying, I'm born from you, I'm your child.
Okay.
Not the original Narayan, Supreme Controller, since you are the soul of every embodied being and the eternal witness of all created realms. Indeed, Lord Narayan is your expansion, and he is called Narayan because he is the generating source of the primeval water of the universe. He is real, not a product of your illusory Maya. Is he talking about Karanadaksha Vishnu, who's lying in the water? Lord Narayan is your expansion. You are the original Narayan. Krishna is
This
the
is
original.
Srila Vishnu, right? The soul of every embodied being and eternal witness.
Okay, right. Yeah, it's an expansion of Krishna, Shiradaksha Vishnu. So.
Okay.
My dear Lord, if your transcendental body, which shelters the entire universe, is actually lying upon the water, then why were you not seen by me when I searched for you? And why, though I could not envision you properly within my heart, did you then suddenly reveal yourself? So yeah, Brahma, when he was born on the lotus, he was trying to figure out where he's coming from, how come he's there, and so he went down the lotus stem to search, and he could not search. So he fearfully came back up and did tapasya. Then the Lord revealed. So then he's asking, why did you reveal yourself? First, I couldn't see you by searching you.
Next, we will read.
I can read.
Uh,
Oh, go ahead. Somebody else
No,
wants
you
to?
go ahead. You go ahead first. That's fine. I'll read next.
Okay, Vaishali Mataji. My dear Lord, in this incarnation, you have proved that you are the supreme controller of Maya. Although you are now within this universe, the whole universe creation is within your transcendental body, a fact you demonstrated by exhibiting the universe within your abdomen before your mother Yashoda. Next verse. Um, just as this entire universe, including you, was exhibited within your abdomen, so it is now manifested here, externally, in the same exact form. How could such things happen unless arranged by your inconceivable energy? So he's talking about the Leela that just happened?
Hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Okay.
Have you not shown me today that both yourself and everything within this creation are manifestations of your inconceivable potency? First you appeared alone, then you manifested yourself as all of Vrindavan's calves and cowherd boys, your friends. Next you appeared as an equal number of four-handed Vishnu forms who were worshipped by all living beings, including me. And after that, you appeared as an equal number of complete universes. Finally, you have now returned to your unlimited form as Supreme Absolute Truth, one without a second. Mhm. 19. To persons ignorant of your actual transcendental position, you appear as a part of the material world, manifesting yourself by the expansion of your inconceivable energy. Thus, for the creation of the universe, you appear as me, Brahma. For its maintenance, you appear as yourself, Vishnu. And for its annihilation, you appear as Lord Trinetra, Shiva. So this is the verse. If someone asks how, maybe in one verse, how Krishna is appearing as Brahma, Vishnu, and um, Shiva. Brahma
Yeah.
says that.
They are
Yeah.
also described in they are avatars, right? I mean, everything
Mm.
comes from Krishna, right? But everything is not Krishna also. Brahma is a Jiva Tattva. Vishnu is, of course, Vishnu Tattva is God. And Shiva has his own category, Shiva Tattva. So there are
But
different energies of Krishna.
but they still come from Krishna, right?
Yes, yes. Everything comes from Krishna. We also, the Jiva, all the Jivas, ultimately, everything is Krishna's energy, right? So, but he has, like what you can say, different divisions of energies. So Shiva Tattva is another kind of energy. Jiva Tattva is one kind of energy. And Vishnu is, of course, is God category. So, okay, so they are called what? What kind of avatars they are called? They are called Guna avatar, right?
Yes, Gunavad.
Guna Avatar.
Okay.
O Lord, O Supreme Creator and Master, you have no material birth, yet to defeat the false pride of faithless demons and show mercy to your saintless devotees, you take birth among demigods, sages, human beings, animals, and even aquatics.
Okay. So everything Krishna does is to give mercy.
Mm.
Okay. And even he takes birth even in aquatics, animals. How many they are saying? How many incarnations of Krishna are there? As there are. What is that?
Waves in the ocean.
As there are
Waves in the ocean.
waves in the ocean. So you cannot count the waves in the ocean. So Krishna's incarnation are. I mean, everything about Krishna is unlimited, right? That's the thing. Is
Anant.
Ananta, yeah, we cannot even conceive. His power is inconceivable. Krishna says, if I want to cheat somebody, there can be no better cheater than me, right? Nobody can surpass me in cheating. I am the gambling of the cheats, right? He said. Of all. So everything in every aspect, he is the supreme. So, yeah. But then the surprising thing is that that supreme becomes subordinate to his devotees' love. So that's the amazing. Okay.
Vaishaliji? Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Hare Krishna. Um, O Supreme Great One, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, O Super Soul, Master of all mystic power, your pastimes are taking place continuously in these three worlds, but who can estimate where, how, and when you are employing your spiritual energy and performing these innumerable pastimes? No one can understand the mystery of how your spiritual energy acts.
Any comments anybody has?
Yeah, so in this material world, there's pastimes of Krishna happening somewhere. Like Krishna came to Earth planet 5,000 years ago. He's in some planet, material planet right now, doing the same pastimes right now. So it says continuously happening in three worlds. That's material, right? Upper, middle, and lower planetary systems. 14. The
Yeah.
three worlds
So
are
where do
part
we
of
go?
material
Where
world.
do we go before we go back to Godhead? Do you know? Where do we
Yeah.
go?
We go to the planet where Krishna is performing pastimes in the material world to get training before we go to the spiritual world. Prabhupada says.
So if you are going to go back to Godhead next life, so before we go to Golok Vrindavan or wherever Krishna wants us to go, we go into the Krishna's pastimes first in this material world, and then but that's also back to Godhead in one sense because you are with Krishna and all these associates. So yeah, okay.
Therefore, this entire universe, which is like a dream, is by natural unreal, nevertheless appears real, and thus it covers one's consciousness and assails one with repeated miseries. This universe appears real because it is manifested by the potency of illusion emanating from you, whose unlimited transcendental forms are full of eternal happiness and knowledge.
So how is this world a dream? Everything is a dream, he says. This whole universe is like a dream. Someone like to explain to me how it's a dream? Covers one's consciousness and assails one with repeated miseries.
Because like the dream is temporary, so is this events of this world are temporary because we are sleeping in ignorance. If somebody is woken up, he's in properly Krishna conscious. He's seeing the reality. That's what another verse, Chaturshloki, Pratyartham Yat Pratyata. If you see things connected to Krishna, then it's real. But if you see things disconnected from Krishna, then it's Maya, it's unreal. Like if we are doing spiritual activities, then it's not a dream. This is reality. Then that's, yeah, it's an alarm clock. We have woken up because we are doing spiritual activities. But if we are doing material activities, then we're sleeping. Because the spiritual activities are permanent, right? Anything we do, chant Hare Krishna, service to Krishna, it's all permanent. Every material activities, they are temporary. Temporary results.
Yeah, and dream means to see, yeah, as you were saying, things as they are not. Maya means to see things as they are not. So we are in illusion, like when we are absorbed in a video game, right? We are completely absorbed in it. But we take our consciousness away from the video game. Then we realize, yes, this is not the actual outside the world. Nothing like this is happening in the video game. But so like this is a simulated world. It's a illusory world. So we have to come out of the bodily conception of life. That is the biggest. From that kind of identification, the whole thing starts manifests from that dream that I am this body and I am the controller, I am the enjoyer, like that. So then from that it all expands. Janasya mohayam, janasya mohayam, aham,
Alam Amit.
Aham mama.
Aham.
Aham mama. Moha is illusion, which he talks about. Me, I, and mind, right? So this is the whole. But it is Krishna and Krishna's. Of course, we as the soul we exist, but yeah, we are Krishna's. We belong to Krishna. Okay.
And Bhagavad Gita also says that the person who is awake when he's sleeping, um,
Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam. Is that the verse you're talking
and
about?
Nisha Sarva Bhutanam Tasmai Jagrati Sanyami.
San- Sanyami.
Sanyami, yeah.
Yeah, I think we were talking about some and sun. So I think in this, as Charuta pointed out yesterday to me in the chat, Sanyami means that Samyami. We say Samyami or Sanyami.
Sanyami, self-controlled, it says. A person who's
But the pronunciation is Samyami or Sanyami.
Sayam. Sayam.
Sanyami.
Sayam.
Yeah. Although in the it's SAMYAMI. So if it is followed by some, right, Charuta can explain. I think sometimes it is na sound and sometimes it is ma. If it is alone, then it is ma, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a vowel. So alone is like thumb. But if it's a pa varga after, then it's a ma sound like sampatti, sambandha. Otherwise, it's an n sound like the word sanyam or whatever.
it's if there's a letter after the visarga, Anuswara, I think it's called, right? Anuswara.
Yes, it's called Anuswar. It's actually called Vishnu Chakra, and Panini gave it like an atheistic name. There is like Krishna names for everything in Sanskrit grammar. So Anuswar is called Vishnu Chakra.
Mm. So the last letter of that word, that pa, pa, ba, bha, ma. If the next letter is pa, then it becomes ma. Like that, you're saying, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so what is that whole verse? Yanisha Sarva Bhutanam Tasyam Jagrati Samyami.
Yes,
Yasyam Jagrati.
Sani Ashyato Munehe.
Third line is Yasyam Jagrata
Bhutani
Bhutani.
Ta Pashyato Munehe.
Okay, so that's so the next verse. Who's reading? Vaishali will be reading.
Yeah. You are the one supreme soul, the primeval supreme personality, the absolute truth, self-manifested, endless and beginningless. You are eternal and infallible, perfect and complete, without any rival and free from all material designations. Your happiness can never be obstructed, nor have you any connection with the material contamination. Indeed, you are the indestructible nectar of immortality.
Okay, so any comments on this? Okay, we go to the next verse.
Those who have received the clear vision of knowledge from the sun-like spiritual master can see you in this way as the very soul of all souls, the super soul of everyone's own self. Thus, understanding your original personality, they are able to cross over the ocean of illusionary material existence.
Anybody like to say anything? Okay, go to the next verse.
A person who mistakes a rope for a snake becomes fearful, but he then gives up his fear upon realizing that the so called snake does not exist. Similarly, for those who fail to recognize you as the supreme soul of all souls, the expansive illusory material existence arises, but knowledge of you at once causes it to subside.
You want to say anything? Anybody want to say? No mistakes.
Yeah, this analogy is given. At night, we may mistake a rope to be a snake and become fearful. But in broad daylight, we can see things clearly. We can see it's a rope, nothing to fear. So at night means ignorance. In ignorance, we have fears when we don't see things properly. And in when we are enlightened with spiritual knowledge, we understand that everything is under the control of Krishna. Krishna is all powerful. He will protect me. So there is nothing to fear.
Yeah, that's a very good point. If we have no fear and if we have faith in Krishna, then we can fully surrender. Right? That's the basically that if I surrender, Krishna will protect me. Krishna will take care of me. These are symptoms of surrender, right? So,
Yeah, and everything is coming through Krishna's sanction. So even if this thing has happened to me, there is Krishna's hand in this. Because there is nothing above Krishna. Bhayam Dvitiya Bhiniveshatasya Dvitiya. Dvitiya means there is something else other than Krishna that is in control. But when we understand that Krishna is in control, everything is happening in my life according to the direction of Krishna, and Krishna is my best friend. So then there is no Dvitiya, means there is no duality. Everything
yeah.
is coming from Krishna.
And then we will not blame God if something like so-called bad thing happens in our life. We will not blame him because it has been sanctioned by Krishna, so it must be for my good.
Yeah,
In that
because
way.
Krishna is my best friend. Krishna loves me the most. How can he do something wrong to me? I'm his child.
That's why a devotee does not have any grudge, right? We say Ajata Shatra Vashanta. He doesn't consider anybody his enemy because everything that happens is by the will of Krishna. So Krishna is saying, don't be upset. We say at the instrument of your karma. So devotee can forgive very easily. So he doesn't take any offense. Okay.
So,
Like
question.
Jesus Christ said, right? Father, forgive them. For they were like crucifying him. But he's saying, oh, forgive. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was so here, like Mataji was saying, if you're ignorant and you're fearful, or and you have the knowledge, you become fearless. But then here in this world, there is fearless of action. Like we recently saw the person climbing up the skyscraper. But are they fearless of mind? And um, we think of fearless in a different way in this world. Um,
I didn't
you know,
understand what you were saying. Fearless.
Yeah, people are fear, like she's saying, if people are climbing skyscrapers, they're not fearful that they'll fall down and they think, oh, I'm fearless, nothing will happen to me.
mm,
Like Hiranyakashipu is fearless and doing all these sins.
Yeah.
yeah,
So we in
it's the
illusion also in illusion you can become fearless, and in knowledge you can become fearless. So
yeah,
so the thing is, if you become fearless in illusion, then it's a problem. But if you become fearless in knowledge, then it's good. So
Ah,
fearlessness is depending on how. Yeah. So he's in illusion. Like all these people are in illusion. They are fearless. I mean, they are like going into very difficult situations just to whatever they want to do. I mean, sometimes you have an occupation, so you can't do anything about it. Like one devotee was saying, I was seeing somebody polishing the windows on the 80th floor. He was on a like some crane or something, and he was polishing the windows on the something like. So it's a very If they fall from there, then so sometimes people have to take occupations like that because they have need of money. Mining, like mining is another occupation like that. It's so dangerous. You can get trapped inside the mine and nobody can even hear you. But sometimes it gives a lot of money or you have need of money. So you have to do all this. But everything is fearful. I mean, we can have, there's danger at every step in this material world. So,
So, I mean, we should fear Maya for Prabhupada's problem with my devotees is that they're not sufficiently afraid of Maya. We should fear of falling down and fear of forgetting Krishna, fear of committing Vaishnava Prad, that I have to take another birth in this one. So all these are healthy fears. But fearless in understanding that Krishna is protecting me. I'm a devotee of Krishna, so he protects me. So in that way, we are fearless, but we have to be fearful also. Like the time is passing, that verse is there. We should become very fearful. Oh, one day gone. I'm one day closer to death.
yeah. Okay, so we can stop here and we can hear anything else you'd like to say. Or we can hear class or something. Whatever. So 26, right? We did 5 already.
Yes, 10, 14, 36.
Okay, so Nityan Prabhu's appearance day tomorrow. So anything about Nityan Prabhu?
Yeah, Nitya Ananda. He's always blissful in Krishna's service.